Hi all, welcome to Dragon's Cave. My name's Karen. Today I want to give it a go of making silicone inlays. Now you may have seen me make the smaller ones before that I do, but this time, thanks to Claire's Crafty Corner for the inspiration, I want to do a deeper one. So I've never done anything this large before, and I've certainly never done anything in a silicone mould. I'm going to be using this silicone rubber, but I'm moving that out of the way for the moment because, according to Claire's recent video, you need to powder the mould so that you can actually get the silicone rubber, the inlays out of the mould. I'm just using standard white mica powder, but this one is quite detailed, so it might be difficult, but you know, go big or go home. Now, without having seen Claire's video, I never would have attempted this. I mean, these aren't expensive moulds. They're cheap ones from Temu, but even so, I prefer not to destroy them. I've never even used this mould. I think it was really cheap. It was about maybe €2, something like that, on Temu. Bought it ages ago, ready for Halloween, obviously. Just not got round to using it yet. Now, I'm probably going to mix up way too much silicone, so I'm doing this one as well, just in case. I always overestimate, usually overestimate. Sometimes I go the other opposite way. Okay, so they're as covered as they're going to be. I'm going to hope for, keep everything crossed, hope for the very, very best. Move these slightly out of the way so that I can get my scales. And I'm going to do, I think, probably 20 grams of each, because they are, this is mixed by weight. So zero the scales. Again, cheap, nasty scales. Behave yourselves. Finally. Okay. And these are brand new, and I haven't taken the plugs out. Okay, let's see what 20 grams looks like. I may decide to stop before that, but no, I think I'm going to need the 20. Close to it anyway. And that is pretty much spot on. Okay, fraction over. Never mind. Let's move that out of the way. And, oh, good grief. Okay, stirring stick. Do with a longer one, really, but the others that I have are all silicone, and it's just going to stick to it. I'll fast forward you through the mixing process, because that takes a couple of minutes. Right, I think we're mixed. Stick. So I would like to put this through the debubbler, but I'm not going to because I don't know how quickly this stuff sets. Generally pretty fast. So, here we go. I have used this silicone previously, and so far I've not really had an issue with bubbles. Got that too full now because I actually wanted to flex it, get the silicone into the detail. Which I'm not going to be able to do now because I'm stupid. Right, I'm going to get the rest of this into the mould, and I will be back when we're ready to get them out. See you in a tick. Hello. These seem to be set. Now, see if I can get them away from the mould. And that's looking like a big no. Oh, I don't know, maybe. The main thing is to get one edge separated. I'm going to end up ripping a head off if I'm not careful. Oh, cool. That came out fine. Bit flexible in the neck, but that's okay. I'm not sure about these. I mean, they're set, obviously, but when I say I'm not sure, I mean I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, because I don't believe that I have a mould that's deep enough to actually use them in. But maybe I'll think of something at some point. They'll just go in my stash of random inlays. Even the feet are quite deep, so actually just as soon as you get one edge away, it seems to come out fine. Although I suspect that if I hadn't used Claire's trick of powdering the mould, it very likely wouldn't have done. And there we go. That's actually very cool. I may use that in something else as is rather than as an inlay. But I will think about that. And I had some left over, so I made some little inlays as well, because I had got some new stamps. I don't know if you can see this one. It's like kind of like a skull, but there's like veins and things coming off its head. And there's this one. I'm sure you can see the detail before I pull it off the stamp. It's come out beautifully, no bubbles. And there's this one, kind of the word love made from the skull and bones. And the last one, the skull and crossbones. That is actually very cool. Might have to use that one as well. Okay, so I'm going to see about cleaning the powder off this, and I will be back for the next part. See you in a sec. I've got my mould ready and I've cleaned this up. Now I have had a very close look and there are some very tiny little bubbles here and there. But honestly, with the detail in the mould, I'm really not surprised at all about that. But also because of the detail, whereas normally I would lay these on the back, I'm going to put it this way up so that I can spray it with alcohol ink. Alcohol ink? Isopropyl alcohol. But to try and avoid getting resin or too much of the resin underneath it, I'm going to use a glue stick. Just going to give this a quick swoosh over the back. Sorry about sniffling, I've got terrible cold. And hopefully that will help hold it down so that not too much resin gets underneath it, so I won't have too much cleanup to do on the other side. Now I did say hopefully. Back where I want it to be, right under the camera. So next stage is to mix up some resin. And for that I need some gloves. Dragon magic. Right. I have got roughly 200 grams of resin Pro Eye Crystal mixed up here. Been through the stand mixer and the debubbler. And I'm going to use this purple. I love purple and I think it says Halloween. Or it does to me anyway. I did contemplate some glitter in there, but I changed my mind. I'll speed you through the mixing process. I think we're done. Now, as I said, because of the detail in here, I'm going to spray it with isopropyl alcohol, which hopefully should prevent too many bubbles. Across everything. Go directly onto the inlay first. Hopefully that should help force out any bubbles in there. It's like I've mixed up way too much resin, but that's okay. Because as usual, I have something sitting to the side. Waiting to be topped up. Actually got a mould I've been throwing all my leftovers into for the last few weeks. This is quite a big mould. It's going to look very odd when it comes out because so many different colours in there. But there we go. I'm going to keep an eye on the bubbles. Give it a squirt as and when they come to the top. And I will see you when we're ready to demold. See you in a bit. We're ready for the demold. Right. Keep everything crossed, that we haven't got too much resin underneath the inlay. It would be really nice if we didn't have any at all, but I'm not that confident. Doesn't want to come off. Here we go. Okay, so we did get some under there. I kind of expected that. But hopefully, because it's so thin, we might be able to peel most of it away.
claws, create with care. Glue and glitter, spell and charm, craft and magic, dark and warm. In the dragon's cave we play on haunted craft night. Halloween day. Brushes dance with phantom grace. Colors crawl across the place. Silver fumes and violet hue. A cursed creation born anew. The resin sets beneath the bone. The dragon hums a smoky tone. Our hands are slick with glowing dreams as molten glue binds shadows seams. Epoxy dreams and shadows glow. UV rays and drips so slow. Make a dust in ghostly air. Painted claws create with care. Glue and glitter, spell and charm. Craft and magic, dark and warm. In the dragon's cave we play on haunted craft night. Halloween day. Halloween day. Halloween day. So raise your brush and lift your flame to every craft that bears your name. When midnight calls, the resin gleams in dragon's cave. We forge our dreams.
Lay out, at least attempt to. Gonna peel it. Peel, peel, peel. So it has left some white in there from that, but it's actually done pretty well. The difficulty now is I don't want to rip her head off because the neck is very thin. Yeah, the head must have risen up under the thing. So I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to have to do this off camera because the angle I'm working at is not going to make that easy. So I'll get that cleaned up and I'll be right back. See you in a sec. Right, it's not a fantastic job. I've done the best I can, but the head obviously had lifted quite away from the tray mould. No idea what this is. There must have been something in mould. So I always think that with purple, gold looks really good. So I'm going to use this gold metallic mica powder. First of all, going to mix it with some isopropyl alcohol. And it, whoops, way too much in there. This, hopefully, it's not going to work, is it? Never mind, let's start and see how we get on. Now, hopefully what will happen is turning it into kind of like a paint will stop it splashing outside the confines of the inlay space. But because I'm using alcohol ink to mix it, not alcohol ink, alcohol. Sorry, my brain is just not functioning well. So what will happen is, as the alcohol dries or evaporates, it will leave the gold in the mould. And this is not the right way of doing this. Or even better, a little cup. To put a bit of this into. Preferably without doing that. Dip the brush in here, mix it with this so you get a thicker paint. That's better.
Down where the lanterns flicker and wave, we gather our tools in the dragon's cave. Cauldrons bubble, scissors gleam, stitching shadows into dreams. Crafting spells by candlelight, pumpkin charms glow through the night. Paper bats and silver lace, Halloween magic fills this place. Dragons hum a smoky tune underneath the harvest moon. Glue and glitter, thread and flame, every craft whispers your name. So raise your brush, be bold, be brave, make your art in the dragon's cave. For when the night and spirits rave, your crafts will wake from the grave.
I think we are about there. So my next plan is to get this cleaned up while we wait for the alcohol and powder mix to dry. And I will be back in a tick. See you soon. This is, I hope, dry now. It should be. Now, ideally, I should be using epoxy in here, but I don't have the time. So I'm going to go with UV resin. And I'm only going to put it in the inlay section because I know some of this gold powder is going to float. And if that does happen, then I want it to actually stay where the gold already is rather than going above into the purple bit. Well, I think I'm just going to have to cure it as it is. It's disappointing, but I'm sure it'll look fine. So I'll cure this up and I will be back to the next part. See you in a sec. This is fully cured now, and I have given it a wipe over the top with some isopropyl alcohol just to make sure there's still no loose powder on the top before I put the final coat on. Now, I'm going to use this cheaper UV resin that I got from Amazon. Just a thin layer on. The problem is that if you put too deep a layer, you're going to lose the depth in the tray, and it's not very deep to begin with. So I'll go with probably that much. Thought something just fall into the tray there. Oh, good grief. Gonna be one of those days. Well, it already is, really. Oh, damn it. that didn't right where I didn't want it to be. Okay, let's spread this out. Probably be easier if I just lift it and tilt it, won't it? And then we can see if I've got enough in here or whether I need to put some more in. And we let it run all the way around, make sure it's up to all the edges. I think that's actually going to be okay. I'm going to pop in a couple of these little fat sequins as well. Cover up that little mark at the bottom, possibly. A little fluffy stick. Get, oh, see, a bit of fluff back in there. I thought I'd wipe that off my stick, but obviously not. Okay, so I'm going to get these underneath the resin. I may need to put a little drop more of the top round. Should just be able to tease it over. Should be deep enough. We are completely done. Just going to get my long neck lighter because I can see a couple of little bubbles here and there. And what I thought was a bubble seems to be something in the resin, so I'm going to fish that out. Okay, now very carefully, see another couple of little bubbles rising here and there. I am going to cure this up. I will get you some photos. Please give us a thumbs up. Check out the 31 Days of October playlist down here somewhere. And I will see you all again very soon for the next one. Bye.
Down where the lanterns flicker and wave, we gather our tools in the dragon's cave. Cauldrons bubble, scissors gleam, stitching shadows into dreams. Crafting spells by candlelight, pumpkin charms glow through the night. Paper bats and silver lace, Halloween magic fills this place.